Yo, what's up, Ansh?
Hi, bro.
This is a big reveal. This is our Ansh is our secret guest. What's up, man? This is the third episode of Whiteboard Live that's happening. And for those who don't know, Ansh was the debut guest for Whiteboard.fm as a podcast. Our first episode of Whiteboard.fm was with Ansh. So how's it going, man? How's everything? How are
Pretty
you?
awesome, dude. And I'm so happy to see all the guests you've been interviewing. Malab, worldwide attention this show is getting. It's so cool to see you guys.
Yeah, man. So what have you been up to? How's it going? And also, what are your favorite things from Whiteboard? What are your favorite guests which you've seen right now?
I think I loved whatever. I mean, there are so many people. So I know that there was one person from Google. I know that there was one person from Uber, and it's so nice to see that all these people come from such different backgrounds, and they're so humble about what they're doing that you eventually connect to these people. Because before the show, everyone was like, "What are these people up to? What is so special about them that we don't know?" And now that we're talking to them, it's very nice to connect to them. So I think that is the biggest USP of the show.
Yeah, man, definitely. Also, what have you been up to, bro? Now that COVID's going on, where are you and what have you been doing?
So my internship with Swiggy got over, and I have come back to Delhi. I've come back home from Bangalore, and I've taken two new jobs, like two remote new jobs, and one of them is working as a manager for one of these social media influencers, and it's a very interesting job. I never thought I'd do it, and I negotiate contracts with all these brands. I take care of our campaigns. And on the other hand, I have joined a few friends from MIT, and we're working on a new product under Y-Combinator. It's like this seed funding company based in USA. So we're just working on a very nice product with these guys.
That's great, man. So can you tell us more about the project that you're working on?
I don't want to reveal too much because it's still a surprise, but it's eventually it's all about taking offline seminars onto a web platform, like shifting all these events that we had before and bringing them online, having a virtual sort of a thing.
That's great, man.
Yeah,
So how long have you been doing this since?
2 months.
Oh, nice. And like, are you guys still working on it, or are
Yeah,
you almost
yeah,
done
yeah.
with it?
Yeah, we're still working on it. I'm working on the design system right now because I'm the only designer. So learning Figma, it's such an amazing tool because when you're into making your own design system, now you need to start from scratch. You need to define your padding, your typography, your colors, and everything. So it's just giving me a reason to go deep into Figma.
That's great, man. That's great. So what are the things that you did not like explore much in Figma and you're exploring right now?
So before this thing, I had never explored auto layout. So for those of you who don't know, you must have made similar buttons in your Figma file where the button shape and the color would be same, but you would have multiple entries. So one could be upload image, submit form, and all of that stuff. So using auto layout, you can have responsive buttons. So that button width and height would change according to your layouts. So it saves so much of time. Otherwise you'd have to duplicate all these buttons and adjust them. And then of course components are there and making instances of these components. So I think I would recommend every viewer to like explore components and instances because it's so cool.
Definitely, man. Definitely. So apart from your project that you're doing with students from MIT, right? So what other things that you've been doing? Because been noticing you dabbling with a lot of work, and yeah, that's not the only thing.
So I mean these guys are not actually students. I mean they're elder to me. They worked and I
Okay,
think they've worked in very good companies before this as well. So they are I think 3-4 years elder to me. We've never met. Everything has been happening remotely. So that's like the power of internet, dude. I've never even met these people and we've been working on a product together for 2 months. And apart from this, I was working on my show, but I completely paused my podcast. And I was working on motion graphics, and I've been reading a lot. So I thought I'll use this time to read.
that's nice, man. Figure out a way in which I can see the. So one sec.
Okay, I think we'll have to open YouTube. Your video just went away. Not sure.
Hey, man.
I
Okay, yeah. So I think. stream थोड़ा गलत mess up हो गया.
ऐसा होता
Yeah,
है.
yeah. So, like, I don't know why I'm not able to see these comments, bro.
You want me to open YouTube and try it out? 1 second, I'll open YouTube.
I shall refresh. Like, let's start this again. 1 sec.
I can see all the comments. If I've opened YouTube in a separate tab. So I can see you, but I can't hear you. Can you say something?
Hey man, can you see me? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, bro, this happens all the time. There has to be some glitch. There has to be some error.
Yeah. No, but I can see all the comments.
So you're able to see all the comments right now.
Yeah. And Priyanshu Tanwar, thank you so much for the trailer compliment, dude. Thank you. Gagan is here, Rohan is here, Karthik is here. A lot of my friends are here.
That's awesome, man. So, are you saying that the live has continued actually?
Yeah, it is working.
Okay, awesome. Cool, man. Let's get started then. Let's continue.
Cool.
So,
You
so
can
what have you
record.
been?
Are you recording this?
Yeah, man. So this is being streamed directly from here to YouTube through YouTube. So
Cool.
this is being this is on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool, man. So to ask questions, you guys can keep asking. We'll be on your questions, and I'm not sure if I'll be able to show them right now, but yeah, we can definitely give it a go.
One of my juniors from college
Yeah,
has
man.
mentioned 3 generations of IEEE. We all were part of the society back in college.
So I guess both of us are of this batch, right? College is just about to get over for us. Kind of has in
Yeah,
a way. Yeah.
yeah. It's actually very overwhelming, but I'm looking forward to what happens now. I'm very curious, and we were discussing about this as well. All this grown-up stuff like financial planning and stocks and PPFs and SIPs, all this gyan that we have to explore now. Finally feeling like a grown-up. I think we've got off.
Yeah, man, totally. Yeah, you were saying, man.
So I think Amit Sakpal has asked, how can we improve UI design skill and discover new things about UI design? I don't know if I can answer this. I mean, what do you say about this?
How can we improve UI design skill? Well, tons of
Yeah,
practice. Like I feel what you can do is just keep practicing, looking for apps with inspiration, and just keep going for it.
yeah,
Like you keep iterating, and the more you explore and try to solve problems, the more and you find different ways of solving them. Like the best sources I know are Mobbing, UI sources, patterns, all these apps and websites. These are more than enough for solving UI design problems.
yeah. I constantly go through UI sources. I was using UI sources in the daytime as well. And I think, dude, you need to also. So, Amit, this is for you. That I think you should balance hands-on work and research as well. Because now that I'm working on Figma and I'm understanding how auto layout works, how constraints work, I think they save a lot of time. So I know that visual elements are also okay, but as a designer, you need to deliver results pretty quickly and have something that is scalable. So I think hands-on is also very important. Okay,
Definitely,
so
man. Definitely.
Harsh Mudhale is asking, you cannot see the questions, right? You want me to read out all the questions?
Sure, man, you can ask. I can actually have another screen as well, so I can see as many as I can see most of them. But yeah, you can go for it as well.
Harsh Madal is asking, where are you working currently? I am working with on two remote jobs. One of them is handling a social media influencer. I handle all her contracts and negotiations. And the second job is I'm working with a few friends from MIT on a product backed by Y-Combinator. So it's like a pretty new experience, two new jobs together.
Yeah, man. So tell me more about social media influencer work, right? So the social media handling that you're doing, like how how different it is from what you expected.
I thought that it's mostly about, agreeing to contracts and just shooting videos, but in reality, there's a lot that goes into it. There is so much of work and hard work and reiterations and editings and negotiations, and it's too much work, dude. It's actually very overwhelming. But the person that I'm representing, I think she is genuinely very experienced at this, and she knows what she's doing. So I was very happy to be under her mentorship.
Nice. And can you tell us more about what your work comprises of?
So primarily, it's understanding what brands we collaborate with, and if a brand is contacting us for a specific campaign, we sit and we understand how we can contribute to it, how we can manage our deliverables. Would we go out with a post or a story or a reel? If we have a package, then what would be the brief of all these things? Making a schedule that when each and every post would go live, and even when it's being shot, if it's conveying everything, as supposed to, because when you're shooting something, when you're discussing a brief, it's different when it's there on screen. Writing about a post and actually executing that post, there's a huge gap between that. So just making sure that everything happens very smoothly, I think, yeah, that is a major chunk of what I do.
That's great, man. I also you have so Ansh, another thing is that this is kind of a space which you are comfortable with that working with videos since really long, since college or before college as well, I think. So,
Yeah.
how has your journey been in terms of starting with like deciding that you want to start video editing and get into filmmaking to where you are right now?
Dude, I think, and I was thinking about this as well. A lot of people say that maybe you started filmmaking and what are your lessons from filmmaking and design. And I think whatever that I know is easily available on YouTube, all the skills and everything. But you learn a lot of non related things even when you're doing filmmaking or product design because you understand how people work, you understand how money works, you understand how negotiations work. So, there is a lot that I've learned throughout the years, starting as a filmmaker and ending up as a product designer, which is not even related to filmmaking. It's not even related to product design. But that process of doing all of these things has, shaped me what I am today. So I'm very thankful to all these things. And it's mostly about the mind, it's how I think, how I look at things. It's basically shaping my perception of the world.
Nice. That's awesome, man. Also, so tell me more, man. What has your when is take it like you said you've taken take it easy to a pause, right?
Yeah.
So that's because you have a lot of work that's going on. So do you continuing with it?
Oh no, I paused Take It Easy for a separate reason, and I just thought that when I was telling everyone about my experiences and my mistakes, I just realized that there is very little you can do when it comes to telling people to prevent a certain mistake. You can tell someone that this is the right path, this is the wrong path, this is what you need to do, but in the end, it's only that person who has to take the decision and there is multiple sources to learn from. So I realized that rather than preaching, and I was listening to one of these podcasts by Tim Ferriss. He was interviewing Walter Isaacson, the author of Steve Jobs and Einstein, and he mentioned something along the lines. I might be wrong quoting him here, but he mentioned one of these advices that he got as a child, and it was that the world has a lot of preachers. Be a storyteller and not a preacher, because if you are telling someone your story and your journey, that is better than telling someone this is what's right, this is what's wrong, because in reality what's right for me might not be right for you. People come with different backgrounds, different priorities, and all that stuff. So I thought, ki, let's just pause the show for a while and let's, have a good journey and, just see where I go.
Definitely, man. Definitely. That's a lot of stuff. That makes a lot of sense as well, because you don't want to be at a place where people start depending on you. I mean, the objective is to share your experiences, and then from them, people should be able to articulate what they want to derive from it, and then make their own decisions. It should not be
Yeah.
such that just because like he made his decision that way, so I should also make it that way. That's not necessarily the case.
And you can't really expect someone to learn from your mistakes. You can give them a warning, but if that person is going to do a mistake, he's going to do it, no matter how hard you tell him not to do it.
Definitely, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
Chetan, design pilot is in the chat. What's up, Chetan?
Hi, Chetan. I love your videos.
Great, man. A lot of people were confused before we went live that who was going to be coming live, Chetan or
Yeah.
Ansh. So
No,
yeah,
but my friends, if a person who knows me would have seen that story, he would have recognized my ears because my ears are like very like frontal, so it's very distinct.
but ironically, a lot of people felt it's Chetan because of the years itself. So
Yeah.
we've got a lot of people. We've got like 32 people right now. But so we got to do this, guys. This has to be done right now. It's 32 people, at least 30 plus. I want all you guys to hit the like button. I want all you guys to hit the subscribe button and take pictures and post it on Instagram and tag me, Ansh and Whiteboard. Go for it. Keep doing it. Actually, let's do this thing. Like for those who want to know, if all you guys want to know who the next five guests of Whiteboard season 3 are, by the end, I will reveal the next five names by the end of this live. If if I see as many likes as the number of participants who are watching this.
Woo! That's a huge thing you're going. You're gonna reveal such important information, dude.
Definitely, bro. Like this should be going on. Like there should be more participation as well.
Yeah.
So tell me more, bro. Like what have you been learning? We were talking about work, right? Now apart from work, what has been your learning curve? Like have you been able to learn much, or have you just been busy just working and just doing stuff?
No, I think COVID actually gave me a lot of space to think about what I want to do apart from design and filmmaking and, running my own life. I have finally started to work out. I've been exercising for the past 4 or 5 months because I realized that if you don't have health with you, what are you going to do with all this money? And what will you do with all these skills if you're not healthy? So, yeah, that's one thing.
Nice one. I've been looking out for also in the previous live when I was talking to Abhinav, I was talking to him about how I was learning motion design and trying to delve more into motion design and trying to listen to other podcasts or newsletters. But then I've slowly tried to migrate towards finance as well. And there's so
Oh,
many
yeah.
things, digital marketing as well.
Dude, finance is so important, dude. It is so
So
underrated.
definitely, bro, definitely. So like lot of stuff going on, but in a way, I'm trying to keep balance as well in terms of not overwhelming myself because like in a way you're still working. Even if you're working for someone else, freelancing, working on projects or you're learning for yourself, you need
Yeah,
a break. You need to give some more time.
that's true. And I think we must also realize, I think there was a certain stage in my own life where I was working so hard that I forgot why I'm even working for. I mean, I have this one document which I go through regularly. It has a list of all the things that I really want to do in my life because when I'm just casually designing and, hustling and all that stuff, I forget what I'm doing this for, you know, and without the correct intention. I mean, this is something that I would recommend every single person. Whatever that you're doing, just make sure why you're doing it. Even if you're working out, you must know why you're working out.
Definitely, man. So let's get back to some questions.
Yeah.
So one of them. So this is for you, Ansh. Do you think learning motion design has become imperative in succeeding in UI design?
No, I mean motion design is a. I think it's very important for people to understand that motion design is not UI design. A lot of people are confusing motion and UI and UX. I mean that's what I think because motion design is such a big word, dudes. Are you referring to interaction design where you understand how the animations work? Because motion design can be so many things, and I'm not very good at motion design as well, to be honest. I know After Effects, but I'm not very good at motion design. But my mentor from Swiggy, Sapta, he is amazing at motion design, and he has recently started his own YouTube channel, and he's been teaching a lot of cool stuff. So I think if you want to learn motion design, you should definitely check his channel out, Saptarshi Prakash. I think he has amazing content for that.
That's great, man. So another question is by Gagan Verma. That is, how can you walk us through your journey, experience in blending into a design system that is at Swiggy versus building it from scratch? That is your current project.
So I'll tell you all the difficulties that I'm facing in this new project that I'm doing, where I'm supposed to build a design system from scratch. I think it's very important for you to do your research first rather than quickly jumping to Figma because I had a rough design system a month back, and after a month where we have iterated everything and I've been learning a lot of new tricks in Figma, I have to erase everything and start from scratch. And there's one source that I would, share with everyone. It's a book called Refactoring UI, and it's an amazing book. It's expensive, but it's a one-time investment. I've purchased the book, and it's an amazing book. It's very to the point, and it teaches you how design systems work. So I think you should definitely check that out. And yeah, I think the most difficult part is to break down everything. So when you're making a system, you think that the nav bar is the most atomic element of this entire design structure, whereas in reality, that one single nav bar can be split into multiple sections. So your plate can be one single section, then the color that you're using can be a part of a separate color style, and the fonts that you're using can also be a separate style. The line spacing can also be a separate style. So you can go very deep and start from the base so that maybe after maybe in 2-3 months, maybe you want to change a single icon in your Figma file. You go to that token file and you change that icon, and once you change that one single icon, the entire file is updated. So you can't do that unless you go very deep and start a design structure from base. So make sure that you don't jump to levels and jump to complex structures. Start from the very basic level. And I'm talking about shapes, colors, and lines and font sizes, the very basics.
Cool, man. So I'll take the question. That's by Anshu. That is, do you guys suggest I learn a little bit of coding so as to the different layers of app dev since I'm an economics student? No, bro, you don't need to understand, like, learn coding to understand the elements of an app. Like, that's how you. I'm not sure if you're asking about app development or you're asking about UI UX design. But if you want to learn the basics of UI UX design, Abhinav has a crash course on his YouTube. Please check that out. It's in the video below, and you should also not like if this is a basic course, you can definitely check out other courses as well. But this covers pretty much everything, which when it comes to typography, when it comes to visual design, all the other aspects that will help you understand about the app and about user interface when it comes to design.
I think
So next question, yeah.
Yeah. So just one small thing I want to add that even if you feel that a little bit of coding can help you, there are very small crash courses on Udacity that can teach you how Android and HTML CSS works, so that when you're communicating with your developer, you know where he's getting stuck. Because a developer asks you that I need a different state for hovered and unhovered, or I want a different state with for a padding or some sort of. So you shouldn't be confused. You should know how he's working and where he's stuck. So you can do some crash courses to, just understand the lingo that a developer would use.
Definitely, definitely. Ansh, what difference did you working with Swiggy and freelancing?
I think in Swiggy, I had a huge group of people protecting me, and I had guidance at every single step of mine. Whereas in freelancing, it's like this uncharted territory. The client asks me to do something, and then I'm supposed to do it, and it's on me to go on Google and search. So I think when you're freelancing, all the responsibilities on your own shoulders. Whereas when I was interning, I had a lot of people to ask my doubts from.
That's great, man. There are a lot of questions that are pertaining to you, so I'll just keep shooting them towards you.
Yeah.
What all did you work on during your internship?
So primarily I was working on a completely different new concept where I was responsible for the research and prototyping, and it's still under work. Like we've implemented small sections of it, but it was all about dynamic menus, and it's actually very interesting. And secondly, I was involved in a lot of research work. We had some research projects going on for our delivery app, so I was involved in documentation and understanding what are the places where we can improvise on the application. And then I was also responsible for opening up Swiggy Design on Instagram, where I had recorded and edited videos of all the people who are working at Swiggy, because a lot of people use the Swiggy app, but very few people know about the product team. So that one single Instagram channel, Swiggy Design, speaks about what is happening behind the scenes. And then I was also responsible in some of the COVID responses application interfaces that we did. One of them was safety practices. When you open a specific menu in the Swiggy app, apart from the menu, there's a separate section called safety practices where you can see what this specific restaurant is doing to make sure that your food is safe. So me, Sapta, Abhishek, Kalor, all of us, and of course all the senior designers, we were working together and we shipped this out. So, and I also worked on Genie as well. We introduced Swiggy Genie during the COVID time. So I had made like these little videos, and they're still on YouTube. If you go and search how to use Genie, you'll find a video where I'm explaining how Genie can work. So that was pretty fun.
That's awesome, man. Another question for you is, from where can someone learn filmmaking?
Oh, one source. So I'm not talking about filmmaking. See, filmmaking is something that you do with practice. You take your camera, you write stories, and you understand how the audience would react to your story. But I think the most difficult part is understanding how the softwares work for filmmaking. And I just purchased the Adobe license, by the way, if everyone wants to know. Adobe is giving out the licenses at a very low cost. It's a 6,000 or 7,000 rupees investment for a single month, but you get access to all the software. So I got that, and there's this this website called videocopilot.net, videocopilot.net, and it's an amazing website. I mean, brilliant video tutorials, brilliant, like industry level tutorials for free. And if you learn that, you'll be like a very amazing videographer. Must try.
Cool, man. So, you have recently had also started creating tutorials yourself, where you posted, uploaded your first video of how to for grid or drawing.
Yeah.
So, how's your experience in that, and what are you planning for future? Are you going to make more content, or like what's the thought process?
Yeah, I wanted to. So if you notice, my tutorial was for around 20 to 25 minutes long. It was a very long tutorial, and it is for a very small percentage of audiences, because I thought that most of the YouTube tutorials that we see, they're very result oriented. Like, make this material in 5 minutes, make this background in 5 minutes. But I just wanted to pick like a very small thing, as small as adding noise, and spend 20 minutes just explaining everything about it. And that is what I have in plan. I have a few tutorials in my mind where I'm picking up very small things and going very deep into them.
Bro, definitely. Like concert videos go everywhere. People definitely covered.
Yeah, thank you.
I feel you've done a lot of marketing and branding of Take It Easy using that as well, right?
Yeah. A lot. I mean, I think Take It Easy was this baby project for me to try out my video skills and my marketing skills, because I just enjoy making videos, dude. I mean, I spend my entire day, just listening to music and visualizing scripts and videos. That's what I do throughout the day, because I always want to be a filmmaker. I always want to be a storyteller. So my goal is to have so much of financial freedom that I can finally work in an environment where it's all about stories and movies. So it's all I do. It's something that I truly love, storytelling.
Yeah, bro. Like I feel I would also started with the same aspect that knowing like we knew the stories of certain designers, that is Abhinav and a couple more designers who were posting content out there, but we did not know how many more designers were out there, what kinds of designers were out there, which is how Whiteboard also came into existence. That what better way of telling the other people's stories by the people
Yeah.
themselves, which
Yeah.
is what Whiteboard is doing itself.
And it's giving a lot of designers confidence because all the designers that I knew maybe 3-4 years back were very doubtful. The first question was that are there any jobs for designers or do they earn enough money? And the reality is there's a lot of money to make in this field. I don't know if why people are not aware of it. It's actually good for the people who are earning a lot of money that others are not aware of it, because once people understand how lucrative this industry is, it'll get saturated after a certain point.
Definitely, man. Like
Wait, something happened. I can't hear you. I can't listen to you. I'm not even sure if people can see me. Can people see me? Can someone comment? Because I'm just scared I might do something without knowing. Yeah. Wait, so you can see me, you can't see Mayank. Wait, Mayank is the only person not visible. Is it only me and you guys now? Let's talk about something new, no? Let's throw some new topics. I can't hear you, Mayank. Mayank is texting me. I can't. What do we talk about? Let's. Hey, dude, where did you go?
I had a couple of issues. But yeah, what are you saying?
No, I was asking people to let's discuss a completely different topic. Something which is so unexpected.
Definitely,
Which is
definitely. Like
the
why don't
most random topic that you can talk about, Maya. Like the most weird topic. Like when you're in a group of people, what is that one weird topic that you like but no one else is interested in?
like when it
Everyone is.
something else? Few people like
Oh wait, bro, you're still. There's this network connectivity issue. I think. Wait, can you say something?
I can hear you, bro. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, your video is bad, but I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. So it's been really long, man, since like so far, like for the past 6 months at least, people have been so work centric, especially because of the atmosphere that's going on, the job off, and people are looking for different projects. That it's been very difficult to talk about other things. Like apart from TV shows, I think not much has been going.
No, someone has just commented about simulation theory. Pratik Aher. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing this right. Wait, if I'm not wrong, is simulation theory about us being in a simulation? Is that what it is?
Not sure, man. Like I've read this book though, called Simulation Theory by this one book, which says that all of us are actually living in a highly rendered video game.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense, dude. I mean, it's not a video game. It's not like a console playing a disc and we're just characters inside of it. But and I have thought about this a lot. So there are a lot of theories that say that if someone believes in souls, the reality is that even I am not Ansh Mehra, right? I am this body is Ansh Mehra. My language that I'm saying, the beliefs that I have, that is Ansh Mehra. But in reality, all of us are just exchanging roles. And if you want to call this simulation, simulation is kind of like the word of it. Ansh Mehra is actually a simulation that exists for 70 years. And then I'll just, switch from one simulation to another. But about this being a game, that's very trippy because have you seen Cosmos?
No, man. I've seen you share it on your stories a lot, but I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, God bless me. Dude, Cosmos is an amazing show. I would recommend all viewers to watch it. It just expands my brain. It's amazing. It makes you think that how is everything working? If you actually think about it, we can't be the only ones having life here or having thoughts here, right? We can't be the only one, but there are certain forces which are just not under our understanding. Why is the universe expanding? How are the planets revolving around each other without any disturbances? How are these forces so balanced? Even if gravity is there, some rule is keeping it afloat.
Right.
It just blows
Oh
my
man,
mind.
for sure. Like that, Cosmos is one of the things. Then, like years ago, Black Mirror was one of those things. Right now, people are watching Dark on Netflix. They are
Oh, I
also like,
haven't
what's
seen
going
it.
on?
So how is it? I've heard so much about it.
Yeah, I haven't completed it, but it's like multiple puzzles leading to one um, really like questionable sort of an ending. I haven't seen the final ending. That's what people have told me. But yeah, the initial episodes are like really um, they'll get you curious. They'll get you thinking.
I've stopped watching anything that is serious. I either watch like documentaries. I saw The Last Dance. I saw Cosmos. Otherwise, I watch Coffee with Karan. But if I'm seeing fiction, it is mostly something comedy or something funny because I was like, dude, if I'm first of all, I don't watch too much of Netflix. I only watch it when I'm eating. So when I'm eating, I just want to have a good time. I don't want like extra stress from this show because I already have so much of stuff going on. So I don't watch anything very suspenseful or thriller.
Awesome, man. Like right now, also there were times when you maybe don't want to watch or consume any serious because everything around you is so serious. Maybe you just want to
Yeah,
lighten up and
exactly.
you would want to get into that space. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Because I've been and
I agree definitely.
there's this song that I've been hearing for quite a few times. It's called Tragedy Mein Comedy. It came on AIV on air. Have you heard it? It's a very popular song. Divine. I think it's by
Yeah.
Nazy. Nazy. And it just speaks about how you can find, tragedy mein comedy because everything that's happening to you, if you have the correct perspective, you can take it very lightly. Everything that's happening around us can be taken very lightly.
So a
So
couple of
yeah.
questions. I was going to the question, and some of them are like really, some of them are really interesting. One of them being, what was the craziest design inspiration that you got?
Oh, yes, I have a very good answer for this. So you won't believe so my roots are from this place called Chani Chowk in Delhi. It's a part of old Delhi and Chani Chowk is filled with businessmen. No aesthetic but pure businesses. And these guys they don't know how Photoshop works. So everything that they do is handmade or it's like a very bad aesthetic based design. But these guys know how to get your attention and they will sell you whatever they want to sell. And see, in reality, all the people, all the stakeholders, they want to have more sales, more conversions. So every time that I see a product, from Chani Chowk, I truly break it down and I understand what is the intention behind all of this. And they make very good design decisions. The packaging that they use, the way they package it, the way they are reducing costs, and the way everything is very simple, but you still remember that it's from this specific shop. I think it's not aesthetic inspiration, but it's very functional inspiration. So I would recommend all you guys to not just look on websites for design inspiration. Go to places, even if they are old places. If they are successful places, go and understand what is so successful about them. Don't just stick to aesthetic inspiration.
Yeah. For me, it's always been about video games. Like even if I'm not playing a game, or even if I can't buy a game, I end up watching gameplays on
Yeah.
YouTube and multiple games and how those things are working out, and just the simple vibe or aesthetic that they bring in. Like you could compare Spider-Man with a War,
Yeah.
and they are completely like they're so different and diverse. And although both of them are like they're role-playing games, but then if you go towards move towards games like Minecraft, like it's very different. And the different styles that are there, cyberpunk, vaporwave, and all of that. Like I always checked up on games, of video games when it came to design inspiration. Or like
Yeah. And I think video games are an amazing source to get how to keep people hooked, because video games keep you hooked. You're always interested in knowing what's going to happen next. And I saw this demo for one of these new
yeah,
PlayStations. Some Lara Croft game was being shown. Did you see that video for the new PlayStation? Some new graphics card came up. It was surreal, dude. It looked like I was watching a movie. It was that awesome.
yeah, man. These games are like really taking it off. Like there are VR headsets also which Sony has, and they already have some games like Iron Man for, and I was watching their gameplay, and I was like, this is immersive already. Like I can only imagine how in 1 or 2 years it's out. Like it's going to be like yeah, it everything.
Yeah. There's this book I would recommend. It's called Blood, Sweat, and Pixels. Amazing book. Wait, I think the internet got disconnected. Can you hear me?
What is bro?
Can you hear me, Mayank?
What is the book about?
So the book is about they've picked up 4 or 5 very successful video games, and they're taking you through the entire story of how they got the idea, how they got the money. Even after getting the money, the problems never ended. Even after the game was published, the problems they keep coming. So the entire journey of making a video game, because as a player you don't understand what's happening behind the scenes, but it's a very mammoth task to make a game.
Definitely, man. Definitely. Like all these. This is why I feel like I don't know to what extent single one person projects scale up. Because eventually you have to form teams. You have to build a team if you want to scale up that one into a product and a product company maybe, which is also something that I've been wanting to check up on a lot and read up on, that how do do that. Like one of like some there are these creators know them such that he worked at Facebook, he worked at multiple places, and he has a YouTube channel where he explains so many things when it comes to scaling from a product to building a business, and it's like really good.
I think it has a lot to do about your motivation as well, because if you're not motivated by the outcome of the scaling, then you can't work hard. Any logical person would quit if he's not very passionate about the outcome he's gonna get.
Definitely, man. So another question which a lot of people are trying to like are wanting to ask is that what are the main points according to you that an interview at hiring you?
I'm not sure because I've only given 2 interviews, to be honest. I've given an interview to Abhinav for An Academy, then I gave one to Swiggy, and there's one more company that I got in touch with right now. But I think most of these people, I mean, they always ask about the process. They see less of what you've made and more of why did you make this. So I think everyone should focus on why they are doing this specific design decision and not just do it because it looks good, because if you're doing it just because it looks good, then you need to study more and understand the motivation behind your decisions.
Definitely. So my take is this, right? You, you should definitely ask people who have given as many interviews as possible,
Yeah,
and also when you've given interviews, questions you were asked. Because if you've given multiple interviews yourself, you can observe patterns when it comes to questions, when it comes to figuring out what was the mindset of the and what
yeah,
were they trying to get, what questions could you answer nicely, and what answer did you get stumped at, or were you not able, or did you have difficulty in answering, and you can keep iterating that.
yeah.
So
That's
I think
actually
practice
good
also
advice.
plays a big role in it.
Yeah, I think confidence is a huge attribute. I think, and building confidence is not easy, but I think you get confident once you get enough validation for your own work. So I think confidence comes with practice, but I think confidence is a huge thing. You should have faith in yourself. Otherwise, if you're not confident, even if you get the job, you might not be able to negotiate your own salary properly, or you might not be able to negotiate the perks that you get. That is also very important, right? It doesn't end at just being a good designer. It also involves you pitching and making sure that you are given the correct price for your skills.
Absolutely, man. I feel it's a process. It's not something that happens. It is an
Yeah.
iterative process, which I feel everyone who uh, gets started or is already in the process realizes it. So yeah, cool, man. We are reaching the end of our live stream. So
Yes.
like I said, as many like since almost everyone who was part of this stream was it has liked it. I first
Yeah.
four guests of season three. So the four guests are Darshan Gajara, founder of Product Disrupt. You've got Ivy Mukherjee, who was the lead of product design at Grab. Then, does anyone have any guesses? Okay. Then we have Nitish Yadav, who is a product designer at Headout, and he is working a lot towards typography and augmented reality. And we have Gyan Lakhani, who's recent Microsoft as a UX designer, and a lot of people know him on Twitter as Gyan. And he's worked with the Prime Minister's office in on building an app for the office. So yeah,
Dude, these
these
are
are the
all
four
senior
guests that
people.
we have for season three. Boranch?
These are all serious, like senior people, dude.
Yeah, bro. We're like season one was where we started as beginners. Season two was when we tried different kinds of designers, Indian designers, product managers, and also beginners. And now we are talking to senior designers as well as interns, but also deep diving into a lot of topics, just uh, focusing on the overall aspect of it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Cool, guys. We'll be answering a few more questions, and then we'll complete the live for today.
Yes. Let's see if we have an interesting question.
Nandini had a question. What tips do you have for building a portfolio?
Oh, mm, I think again, sell your process more than the end product. And I think learn how to document your thoughts, learn how to document in a very concise way rather than telling long stories that one day I thought about this, then I got this and did that, and stop faking it. And this is very important. Stop faking those sketches and those fake wireframes that you never made. If you actually made a wireframe, only then put it up. So I think just being real about what you've done.
Yeah, man, definitely. Like tips for portfolio, according to me, would be include at least 2 to 3 projects which show your proof of work. That is, which show how good you are saying you are at. Like if you're saying you're a good visual designer, your projects should show that. If you're saying you're a good UX designer, your projects should show good problem solving skills. And don't oversell. Like sell what, speak for what your work is, and stick to the point. Like don't beat around the bush. Don't try to like add a lot of text or like impressive words. Like be very straight to the point and simple. And I feel that should get your work done. And a big part of like as much as having a good portfolio is important, you should also be able to reach out to designers and companies well. That means like sending cold emails, doing well, or sending good cold outreach, being unique in your approach. All those factors are supposed to be kept in mind when you're thinking of applying for an internship or a job.
Makes sense.
And shall leave this? I'll let you answer this. How do you gain momentum after the break?
Oh, you mean like get motivation? I think that he's talking about motivation after a break. Dude, I think it's now I'm understanding this now. I could be wrong, but I think your physical and your mental fitness plays a huge role. I think I was not eating enough good food and I had a very varied sleeping pattern. I would sleep whenever I want to. I used to skip my breakfast, I used to skip my lunches and all that stuff. But now that I'm eating properly and I'm eating on time and I'm sleeping on time, my body is agreeing to me because there are these days when your mind is very motivated, but you just don't have the energy to step up. You just don't know what's wrong with you. So it's very important that you take care of your body. Take care of your body. Feed your mind with stuff which helps you to think more. Because of course, in COVID, we can't control our environment right now. You could be in a very toxic place where everyone around you is not being supportive of your goals and aspirations. So have a podcast with you. Have a friend who is pursuing something similar. Watch a documentary like The Last Dance. Maybe watch Cosmos, which helps you escape your, actual circumstance and helps you think about the future. So I think take care of your thoughts, take care of your body, and it'll be easier for you to gain momentum.
That's good advice, man. Yeah, like you should definitely try to take your mind off things. I mean, I'm of I'm the kind of a person who believes that no one knows your body and mind better than yourself.
Yeah,
And if you feel like you need the rest, you should give it the rest.
definitely.
Because like forcing yourself to work and do something is just going to prolong burnout, and eventually it's going to hit you anyway. So might as well
Yeah.
give yourself the rest when it's required.
You should be happy even if you're hustling. You should be happy, but you will not be happy hustling unless you know what I'm hustling this for. That is why I read my document as well, because even when I'm working very hard, I don't feel bad about it because I know that this is the price I have to pay. And you are ready to pay the price for whatever you want in life. But if you don't know why you're working hard, you'll eventually get very frustrated. And you'll be like, dude, why am I doing this? It's so difficult and all that. So just know what you're doing and you'll be very happy even when you're hustling.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. How does a good cover letter or a cold email look like?
Oh, I don't know how
Hmm.
to. I think you can answer. I don't know about this.
Yeah, man. So, a good cover letter, so I'll tell you how a good cold emails looks like. Uh, a couple of points be straightforward. You should not beat around the bush. You should not use words like "I would like to be a part of your esteemed company" and things like that. Stick to the point. Tell what you're interested in. Show your proof of work. Like just saying that you're interested in a role is not enough. There should be proof of work such that someone can see it and realize that okay, he wants to apply for this role and he's good at this role. and also be unique in your approach. Like you mentioned, cold email, don't just stick to emails. There are so many other platforms out there like Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. Use these platforms, try to leverage them, and also remember to follow up, because there are times when the people whom you are approaching to or reaching out to don't have the time to see it at that point and might forget it later on. So the best thing I feel is to remember to follow up and also be cool about it. Like, don't make it seem like you really feel like do pay attention while you're not giving attention. Like, you should be calm about it when you're reaching out.
Yeah.
Cool, man. So this brings us to the end of our life. Thanks a lot, Ansh. This was great.
Thank you so much. I just realized we are almost wearing inverted versions of a t-shirt. Like mine is a box with white shirt, yours is a box with a black shirt.
Definitely. So for those who are watching, hope you like and subscribe to Whiteboard.fm. Follow us on Instagram, and also Punch on Instagram. Although I think it's a private account now.
Yeah, it's a private account, yes. But I'll accept
But
most of them. Yeah.
so definitely send a follow request to Ansh and check out his podcast, Take It Easy. It's there on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, JioSaavn. Am I missing any platform, Ansh?
No, I mean it's there on all platforms actually. Whatever platform you have.
Awesome, awesome. Cool, guys. See you.
Thank you, and
Bye.
thank you, Gagan, for being so supportive on the comment section. He's one of my juniors, been very supportive.
Great, man. Awesome.
Okay, bro. Thank
See you
you.
then. Bye bye.
Bye.